Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see the numerical on sinking of support in continuous beam. So this is the second part in unit number 3, flexibility method for the subject structural analysis 2. Already in the first part, we have seen the statement, okay, and this is the given continuous beam A, B, C. Okay, so in the first part, we have found out the degree of, we have calculated the degree of static indeterminacy. Okay, so the value was 2, and we have considered vertical reaction at B as the first redundant and vertical reaction at C as the second redundant. Then we have found out the DQ matrix. Okay, so it was minus 0.010 upon 0 minus 0.010 and 0. Okay, so after that we have done the displacement analysis of a release structure. So this is the given table for that. Okay, after that we have found out DKL1 matrix. Okay, so we have found out DKL1 matrix, and then we have found out DKL2 matrix. Okay, so here that matrix is given. Okay, so these are the values of DKL1 and DKL2. After that, we have found out the flexibility coefficient, or we have found out the values for the coefficient flexibility matrix. So F11, the values was 85.34 upon EI, and for F12 equal to F21, the value was 149.34 upon EI. Okay, and for the next, that is F22, the value was 294.68 upon EI, and here we have written the flexibility matrix. Okay, so this was the flexibility matrix or flexibility coefficient for the given continuous beam. Okay, so after that, okay, we are going to apply the flexibility equation or the equilibrium equation. So that equation is dq equal to dql plus F matrix into Q matrix. Now here dq matrix is minus 0.010 and 0. DKL is 1 upon EI minus 12160, and DKL2 is minus 21733.34, and F matrix is 1 upon EI 85.34, 149.34, 149.34 and 298.67, and Q matrix is Q1Q. Okay, now here the value of EI is given, that is 4000, so we'll multiply here by 4000. So by multiplying it and taking this DQL on the other side of equal, so we'll get this values as 12120 and 21733.34. Now here 85.34 is multiplied by Q1 and 149.34 is multiplied by Q2. In matrix multiply, we multiply row by the column, which is equal to 12120. Then 149.34 is multiplied by Q1 and 298.67 is multiplied by Q2, equal to 21733.34. So these are the two simultaneous equations. By solving these two simultaneous equations, we'll get the first unknown, that is vertical reaction at B as 117.57, and second unknown, that is Q2, that is vertical reaction at C, equal to 13.98. Okay, so after solving this equation, we'll get this two unknown. So here we have calculated the two redundant, that is VB and VC. So our next step is to find out the other unknowns. So other unknown are nothing but vertical reaction at E, and other unknown is nothing but vertical reaction at E, and second one is movement in member AB, that we have to find out. Also, you have to find out movement in member BA and BC. Okay, now to find out these two unknown, that is vertical reaction at A. Okay, so we'll apply the first equilibrium equation, that is summation Fy equal to 0, considering upward force positive and downward force negative. Okay, so here VA is acting upward, so VA plus Now here VB acting upward, so plus 117.57, and VC is 13.98. So these two values we are calculated. Okay, so UDL acting downward, so minus 20 into 8, and point load is minus 60. By solving this, we'll get the value of VA as 88.45. Okay, now we have to find out the moment in member AB. For that, we'll take the moment at C equal to 0, considering anti-clockwise as positive and clockwise as negative. So MAB, it is acting in anti-clockwise direction, so plus. Okay, now VA will act like this. It will act in clockwise, so minus 88.45 into the length 8 plus 4, 12. Okay, now this UDL will act like this in anti-clockwise direction, so plus. So force into distance, the force is 20 into 8 and distance is 4 plus 4, that is 8. Okay, now the vertical reaction, I'll change the color. So vertical reaction at B will act in clockwise direction, so minus 117.57 and the distance is 4, and this point load will act in anti-clockwise direction, so plus 60 into the length is 2. Okay, so after solving this, we'll get the moment in member AB, that is 131.60. Okay, so here we have found out vertical reaction at A and moment in member AB. Okay, now the next step is to find out the moment in member BA. Okay, now we'll find out the moment in member BA. Okay, now here already I found out moment in member AB. We have found out vertical reaction at B. Also we have calculated vertical reaction at A as well as B. Okay, here we have to find out moment in member BA. So we are acting this in the clockwise direction. Okay, so again sign convention, anti-clockwise positive, clockwise we are considering it as negative. Okay, so we are taking the summation of moment at point B equal to 0. Now MAB, so MAB acting in anti-clockwise direction, so it is plus, so plus 131.68. Okay, then 88, this will act in clockwise direction, so minus 88.44 into the length is 8. Okay, so this UDL will act in anti-clockwise direction, so plus 20 into 8 and the half of is 4. So here we'll get the value of MBA. Okay, now we'll draw the shear force diagram. So the vertical reaction at A is 88.45 acting upward. Okay, now in portion AB there is a UDL, so of 20 into 8, so that is 160. So 88.45 minus 160 will get 71.55. So vertical reaction at B is 117.57. So plus 117.57 minus 71.55 will get the value 46.02. That is plus. In this portion there is no load, so joined by the horizontal line. Here there is a point load of 60 kilonewton. So 46.02 minus 60 will get the value 30.98. In this portion though no load is there, so joined by the horizontal line, and vertical reaction at C is 13.98 and it is acting upward. So here, so this is the shear force diagram for the given continuous B. Okay, now the last step is to draw the bending moment diagram. So that bending moment diagram we are calling it as superimposed bending moment diagram. So first we'll draw the fixed bending moment diagram. So the moment in member AB is 131.68. So at support A we are showing 131.68. Now moment in member BA is 64.08. So at B we are showing the value 64.08, and at support C, as the simple support is there, so moment at C will be equal to 0. Okay, so join this straight line. Now on this fixed bending moment you have to impose the free bending moment. Now in member AB the load given is UDL. So the free bending moment value is WL square by 8. Value of W is 20 into L is 8 square upon 8. So we get the value 160. As the UDL is given, so you have to join it by a second degree curve. Now in member BC, it is loaded by a point load of 60 kilonewton. So that point load is at a center, so value of pre-bending moment will be WL by 4. So W is 60, L is 4 upon 4, so we get the value 60. So this you have to join by a straight line. Okay, so here we are imposing the pre-bending moment on the fixed bending moment. So this diagram is the superimposed bending moment diagram. Okay, and okay, so thank you very much for watching this video.